it is time to close this wonderful day. We had a great program, and we are here with Patrick to deliver you the take-home messages. But first, we would like to take a few minutes to talk about the man who has organized this wonderful day, the president of the French Neurological Society, Gilles Hédan. Ah. Tu crois? Yes. For those who know him well, you would say he is too modest to endorse all the great things he has done for the French MS community with his enthusiasm and his experience. There is nothing he is not passionate about, and he has gathered a great team dedicated to him and to the French MS cause. He is involved on every front, every topic, every cause, locally with the daily clinical practice, the MS Clinic, the Brittany MS Network, in France with the French Observatory, the UNICEF, the French Neurological Society, and of course around the world with the Charcot Foundation. He has a wonderful, devoted team you know well. Emmanuel, with an S, Anne, Véronique, Marc, with an S also, and many others. He was one of the few to support 20 years ago the Club Francophone de la Sclérose en Plaques, which becomes now the French MS Society, and has organized in Saint-Malo one of the most memorable sessions of its history. When you talk with Gilles about MS, he is a man on a mission. He is enthusiastic, he is intense, and he will not take no as an answer. Try him with mitoxantrone, as he said, or oral corticosteroids, or the induction treatment strategy in MS, and you will see. So today, with all his team here and with our heart, we would like to thank you, Gilles, for all you have done for us, for being you, and we wish you all the best for your closing presidency. The French MS community is very proud that one of us, and not the least, has been in charge of this legendary institution. Thank you, Gilles.
Let us now give you some key message from the meeting to reassure you very short take-home message. So first, maybe from the Fred Leblin's presentation, the key point was indeed the revised classification of the MS phenotypes, maybe for the relapsing form, including and to analyze the activity and the progression, and also, as you see on this slide, including CIS in the MS spectrum. More importantly, to my opinion, is also to analyze the phenotypes in the progressive form of MS, also considering both the activity and the progression, with the idea maybe to possibly target with drugs the activity of MS at this stage, as discussed earlier by Giancarlo, but also targeting possibly with new drugs, new strategies, the progression, and of course, both. Maybe Professor Temlet, after, give us some aspects of the epidemiology of MS, for example, data concerning life expectancy compared to controls. Also, importantly, for the routine practice in our clinic, to look at some comorbidities, because some are associated with higher relapse rate, as you see, some associated with higher EDSS progression. And also, she explains her view concerning the MS prodrome. And maybe after this presentation, I think we are convinced, because Professor Compton, after maybe a review of the genetics of MS, that indeed MS is an immune-mediated disease, because he showed that indeed most of the loci associated with MS are indeed related to immune cells, T and B cells, but also the functions of these different types of cells. Peter Hartung rapidly gave us some data concerning the involved cells in MS, mainly the immune cells, and also maybe a review of the key point of the literature targeting these immune cells with key important data for the patients. Professor Lassmann gave some very important basic message concerning the pathophysiology of MS. For example, the key involvement of the CD8 T cells, which are really for some cytotoxic for the neurons. Also the data concerning the oxidative tissue injury and some consequence, for example, on mitochondria. And after Professor Lubetsky, she said, after 25 years of research, indeed, we see some lights concerning remyelination. And she told us that indeed, remyelination is probably the best way to protect neurons. And after, she presented data concerning the oligodendrocyte progenitors, also data concerning the proliferation, maturation of oligodendrocytes, some new candidates already for some in phase 1, but also in phase 2, very promising preliminary data. And also, interestingly, also now we have some tools, new MRI and PET technologies, able to follow and to assess, to measure the effect of such a drug, which could be in the near future very important for clinical trials.
And for the afternoon, David Miller, about updates on imaging, told us that in relapse onset MS, lesion load, activity, location, and severity are associated with the clinical course. And in progressive MS, multiple MRI measures are associated with progression, specifically cortical and deep gray matter, normal appearing white matter, and spinal cord. And we have to be aware of MRI abnormalities adjacent to CSF spaces and their role in significance for disease evolution. Then Professor Kapos about methodology in clinical trials. Oh, there is a problem with the slide format, but he enhanced that we need controlled randomized trial for corporate, but we also need independent observational cohort study, publicly funded. And we know that we have to struggle with new acronyms like NEDA, NEPAD, NEP, all this specific Professor Lublin told us, no crap. And their long-term predictive value and its intent to be more and more demanding. Michel Clanet, about the patient care system, told us that, yes, we have improved our knowledge to the comprehensive management of patients with complex treatment. We have improved the general organization of health social care setting with networks, MS clinic registry and guidelines, but we don't know the value of this care system at the level of the health-related patient outcomes. Professor Tintoret, about clinical and MRI predictors of disability, told that yes, we have the evaluation of the efficacy treating patients early, but we have to monitor them closely. We have to evaluate clinical and MRI activity after 1 year and use composite score, such as RIO score or SOMANI score, considering a robust line standardized MRI. And we have to look for the achievement using surrogate markers, relapses, MRI, of course, but also cognition, biomarkers, with a tooled-up derived NEDA score. Professor Sorensen, about biomarkers, told us that, yes, we have established biomarkers used in daily clinical practice, the oligoclonal bands, of course, but also neutralizing antibodies and GC virus antibodies, biomarkers that could be considered for use in daily clinical practice, maybe soon, like neurofilament, and biomarkers that might be studied further, such as IL-10, osteopontin, or GFAP. And last but not least, eventually Professor Comey, just in time, about therapeutic strategy for relapsing remitting form, individualized treatment to reach NIDA, and early induction approach if the patient had bad prognostic factors, and for the progressive MS, some specific patient will be candidate to strong immunointervention, but maybe response could be different between primary progressive and secondary progressive MS. And he reminded us the ECTRIMS EIN clinical practice guidelines, and that the entire spectrums of disease-modifying drugs should be only prescribed in center where there is inadequate infrastructures. So once again, thank you for your attention. Thank you to all the speakers for this wonderful day, and thank you to Gilles for organizing it.
Well, it's the end of the day, and I would like give some thanks first to the Société Française de Neurologie on the board that trusts my proposal to invite in Rennes world leader in the field of MS and to have this exciting program, and with all the speakers that accepted to come from every part of the world and with a long trip, and I'm very pleased and thank you very much. I would like also to thank some people that were here facilitating the organization of this day. Marilyn Vaux, who is project manager de la Société Française de Neurologie. Maëlys Lucas, who is a project manager of the society that take care of the organization in Rennes, and Sarah Calmanti, which is a project manager of l'association Neurobretagne in Brittany. So thank you for your coming. A good trip back at everybody.